What's up, YouTube? I'm back again. Shit, I can't even sleep, so I'm like, let me see if I can make a quick little video of an incident that happened on the train. I think back in 2023 or something, on Christmas Eve, right? I don't know why I wanted to make this video, but fuck it. But you know how New York City is. New York City is just so bad. You just got to be on your A game at all time. At all times. All right. So boom, this happened on the night of Christmas Eve when I was going home from from Manhattan. All right. So boom, it's Christmas Eve, right? I think I was working in Manhattan that time. Yeah. So as y'all all know, the A train, that's my train because from Far Rockaway to Manhattan is like an hour and like 30 minutes. So boom, I'm sitting on the A train. Y'all know like the seats by the window. I was sitting by the. Excuse me, sorry about that. I was sitting by the window on the train and shit. So all right, so boom, so the A train stops at Euclid Avenue. Now some nigga, now mind you guys, this happened on Christmas Eve. So everybody's spending time with their families Christmas Eve and shit. So the nigga, he gets on the train with his whole family. It had to been about at least 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? And plus his kids. I think that nigga had about 2 kids, his baby moms, his cousins and shit, maybe his brothers, I don't even know. So they get on the train, everybody chilling, boom, boom, boom. So the train stops at Rockaway Boulevard. So some nigga, I guess he like Puerto Rican and Cuban or something. He looks mixed. He comes on the train sagging his pants and shit. And this nigga he just did not give a fuck. Comes on the train, start rolling up his blunt or his weed, whatever you want to call it, start rolling up on the train. Y'all know once y'all roll up on the train or, roll up weed, automatically that weed, the strong smell is gonna kick in. So he's rolling up and shit. So he started smoking on the train and shit. Niggas is... I've seen so much crazy shit in New York City. Just one of the incidents that I could just remember. I'm a little tired, y'all. My fault. Plus I worked out. So he's smoking on the train. So mind y'all, the nigga that came on the train with his whole family, he felt some type of way and shit. So his baby mama, she black, you know how black women are mad, they mad ghetto and shit. That's why I stay far away from them. So the nigga, baby mom, she's, just yelling, yo, y'all go fix that nigga, go fuck that nigga up. He's smoking on the train and shit, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So y'all know how niggas are nowadays. Niggas don't want to, be like they pussy and shit. But I could tell by looking at the her baby father, I could tell he with it. Like, he on that type of time, gangster. So him and his family, they got mad and shit. As the train moving and shit. So they moved to the next train card. So the two niggas, the nigga and his cousin comes back on the train. So now after homie moved, his whole family to the next train car because his baby moms was yelling and shit. She was mad about the situation of the nigga smoking on the train. So they all had to get up and move because the train smelled like mad smoke and mad weed. Boom. So, yeah, like I said, the nigga and his cousin, they come back on the train and shit. So they pressing boy, that smoking weed and shit. Basically, Them niggas robbed him, took his all his weed and shit. They was like, yo, gang, you good, gang? Yo, what's up with you, gang? Why you smoking weed on the train, gang? Like, shit like that. So they took his shit, robbed the nigga. The Spanish nigga was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck just happened? Type of look on his face. Like he was confused. So then the train pulls again into the next stop. I think we was at Aqueduct or some shit. I can't remember. I think Aqueduct racetrack. So them two niggas, they come back on the train again. The nigga and his cousin. So basically what happened was, they come back on the train. They started beating up on the nigga, that was smoking weed and shit, fucking him up on the shit. They was fucking that nigga up and shit, like beating on him. All you heard was like mad thumping sounds and shit, mad loud punches and thumping sounds. So as they beating him up and shit, they be like, yo, fight back, nigga, fight back. Niggas is stupid. So the Puerto Rican nigga who just got in his face and shit, as they was just beating the shit out of him, just punching him and shit like he a punch it bag. So I'm looking at him. Now, mind you, it's me and two other niggas. Like, we kind of like sitting across from each other and shit. So as the nigga getting fucked up on the train and shit, it's me. I'm sitting across from the two niggas. The two niggas, one of them was like vaping and shit. He had like short dreads and shit with glasses on and shit. And he would just like, smoke, just vaping and shit as the nigga was getting beat up on the train, getting jumped on the train and shit by homie and his cousin. So then it was the next nigga, he was like, he had his headphones on and shit, some older head. I think he look about maybe like probably like 38, 40 years old type shit. And he had on some headphones and shit. So as they beating up on me, beat him up for about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So mind you, all three of us is together. Like I'm sitting across from these two niggas as they watching, as I'm watching them, them niggas beating up on boy. So the nigga had his headphones in. So you know how like when you sit on that train and shit, and you so anxious, you be rocking your legs back and forth and shit. Like you type nervous type shit. Like you know what I'm saying? You just nervous, you anxious or whatever. Or you probably gotta go to the bathroom type shit. That's what homie was doing. I mean, that's what homie was doing though. The 38-year-old with his headphones in. So I was like, damn, that shit crazy. So, like I said, I just kept hearing mad thumping noises and shit. I look again to my left. The two niggas that came on the train that basically robbed boy. Them niggas jumped on his back like he was a fucking trampoline and shit. I'm like, damn. So then after that happened, they was like walking back, back and forth on the train, trying to be tough and shit. Just yelling, yo, whoever want to be next, let it be known, etc. type shit. Them niggas, I guess they felt powerful that they jumped the nigga. And the Puerto Rican nigga, he looked mad pussy too. You know what I'm saying? They kind of get no points for that, but, shit happens, Every day NYC, you just gotta be on point. And, yeah, they were just they were just walking back and forth and shit, and I was just looking at the train, fuck, I'm a little tired, y'all, my fault. I was looking at the pictures on the trains and shit as they was like walking back and forth and shit, but I had like one hand in my pocket just in case, you know what I'm saying? If I was next, or either I was next or the two niggas that was sitting across from me that was gonna be next. Me, I take no chances, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good nigga myself, but if it's gonna go there, it's gonna go there, man, But after they beat the fuck out of homie and shit, the Puerto Rican nigga, I looked at him. His mouth was bloodied up and shit. He was just bleeding and shit out of his mouth, and he was like laughing and shit. He was like, "Yo, that's all y'all niggas got." And then he got up and he just sat back in the chair. And he was just listening to his music and shit, like nothing happened. And then the two niggas, they got off and they went to the next train car with their family. Yeah, that's what happened. Basically on the A train. But that can happen on any NYC trains. Anywhere in New York, just gotta be on point, be safe. But this is like a quick little story and shit. I just wanted to talk about it. Just I don't know why, but I just wanted to make a video on it. But I'll I got another video I'm gonna make. It might be a nasty one. Who knows? I'll let y'all know. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out to go to sleep, man. Y'all be safe.